All of those who have African American blood, I want to see your hands. Asian blood. Hispanic blood. Okay. No, there's no joke. Now this is, I just want to give you an introduction to this. Between 1854 and 1920, the three areas of the world that contributed most to immigration to the United States were Europe, the Americas, and Asia. Now, in that period, which is almost, it's 66 years, Europeans contributed 27.5 million citizens who came to the United States, including my maternal family, my paternal family, my wife's family. The Americas, that would be Mexico, anything, 2.6 million. Okay? Asia, less than 900,000. Okay. Now, in the 1990s, the number of immigrants to the United States from the Americas is 3.8 million. Now, those are documented. Okay? Now, so in that 10-year period, there were 1.2 more immigrants from the Americas than there had been in the 66 years from 1854 to 1920. Okay? In that same decade, Asia provided 2.2 million. Percentages. Of all the people who came into the United States in the 1990s, 54% came from the Americas, 25% came from Asia, 9% came from other, okay, and 11.4% from Europe. So what we've seen happen is where folks come changes. And we've demonstrated that already by the fact that we have no African Americans, no Hispanics, and one with some Asian blood. Okay? Although I'm not sure, we might have a couple other folks there. From 1820 to 1960, Europe provided the largest number of people, newcomers to the United States. And that will prove that. Those of you who have German ancestry, let's see your hands. Okay. How about Eastern and Southern European? Eastern and Southern European, Italian, Croatian, Polish, Russian. Spatafor better put the hand up back there. Yeah. Okay. If you could see what I can see, as I look at you, I know that this is not what America looks like anymore. America is changing. But it always changes. Okay, and I'll get to that in a second. Since 1960, the largest group of immigrants comes from the Americas. And of those, the largest of those groups are Mexicans. Okay? Now let me give you some statistics from the 2000 census. I don't have it yet from the 2010 census. These numbers, I think, will change. In the 2000 census, 72% of the population is white. or in this group, 100%. Okay? Hispanic population in the 2000 census, about 12%. About the same for the black population. So just in terms of Hispanic and black population, you're looking at almost 71 million people. Okay? American Indians, remember, those are the ones who had very poor immigration laws back, and they let anybody come in. They're less than 1%. They're only like 2.5 million people of native ancestry. And that would include Eskimos, which we don't call Eskimos, and even Hawaiians. Okay? There are not very many pure-blooded Hawaiians left. You know, when we had our first child, I shouldn't say this, maybe it may embarrass my wife. She's been embarrassed for 44 years. Can you believe that a woman as young as my wife has been married 44 years?
You're a traitor wrong.
Yeah, she was. She was a child bride. She was a child bride. But, you know, I knew that there weren't many Hawaiians left, and I wanted to name our first child, who was conceived in Hawaii, Kekua. You know, she didn't go for that. Can you imagine that? Kekua Javersak. And I thought that if we could have a daughter, we could call her Leilani Javersak. Yeah, but no. We went through Grant and Meredith, okay? Asian population in the 2000 census, 3.6%. Okay? Now, let me give you Wheeling and West Virginia. This is the 2003 estimated census. The white population of West Virginia. Now remember, the nation's population, white, is 72%. In West Virginia, it's 95%. Okay? In Wheeling, it's 93%. Okay? 93%. The black population of West Virginia in 2003 was estimated to be at about 3.2%. In Wheeling, about 5%. And interestingly enough, I've looked at the Wheeling population for people with African ancestry, and it's been 4 or 5% for the last 120 to 25 years. Hasn't changed dramatically. Asian population, West Virginia, 0.5%, 0.5%. Wheeling, 0.9%. Now, if you've ever seen a map of the Asian population of West Virginia, there are 3 centers. Morgantown, Wheeling, Charleston. What do they all have in common? Medical centers and universities. Okay? Hispanic population. West Virginia's 0.7. Wheeling's 0.6. Now this past weekend, we were down in Central Virginia, and we went to this, we went to a book fair. Okay? Even when I'm on vacation, I somehow ended up buying more books. Okay, so we were on our way home, and we decided, we stopped at a little mall, and it's a fairly small mall, no, smaller than actually Ohio Valley, in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And Alice went in, and I'm waiting for the rest of our family to show up, because they were in another car, and I'm standing outside the one entrance to the mall, and in the 3 to 5 minutes that I was standing out there, there were at least 3 Hispanic families that passed me coming out to get into their cars. 3. This is Harrisonburg, Virginia. So I get into the mall, and there are other, obviously, Latino families.